A viewer question from Steph Ross. What would happen if the Montreal Canadiens moved a winger who is playing well to center in place of one of these struggling young centermen? Would that destabilize things too much because wingers are seen as more scorers than playmakers, or would it kill the confidence of the young centerman? This is a pretty long question.
To me, I think you have to be careful. You're grooming the young sentiment that they have now. Yes, we're dealing with some growing pains. We're dealing with some situations where they're having tough time on the face-offs. Maybe they're having, on occasion, problems in the defensive zone coverage. But it's a situation that, with time, these young players will adjust and mature and be able to improve in those areas versus moving guys around, wingers in to center. It becomes a little bit more of a confusion statement than anything else. And I think you have to be careful when you handle these young kids, that you handle them correctly and you say, okay, mistakes are going to be made, which is part of the game. Let's try and correct them, and let's try and allow them to develop and become good players in their position, and that I think would be a real bonus.
Yeah, we've already seen Paul Byron be put in the center position after Dominic Ducharme took over from Claude Julien. I was surprised Julien didn't do that earlier. Again, no knock on Jake Evans, who's played really well, but they're not getting a lot of offense out of that center position. The other real concern from the center position is just Nick Suzuki on faceoffs. The game against Ottawa Tuesday night, he won 27% of his faceoffs. That's not acceptable, and he just continues to struggle. Evans has improved on faceoffs. Kotkaniemi seems to have improved on faceoffs. Suzuki is still having a lot of problems. Paul Byron spoke about he played center as a kid. He played center in the AHL. It's not like it's a foreign position to him. So I think sometimes it's not a bad idea to take some of the pressure off of some of the younger guys. But as Claude Julien said, and I think Dominic Ducharme is probably on the same page, they're going to have to live with the growing pains at the center position, and we've seen them so far this season.
Yeah, and I think they want to give them an opportunity to really learn at this position, the young centerman. But also, too, if you move a winger to a centerman has a lot more responsibilities than what the winger has as well. So maybe that change wouldn't necessarily help that winger who's now playing as a centerman, having that extra responsibilities, and maybe things are not going as well for them. So I wouldn't necessarily do that strategy, because I don't know in the end if it will be more effective.
I think a big move would be to move one of your smartest players, as is a defenseman, to the center position, because they will probably make the difference.
This defenseman bias that just keeps coming up on these episodes. Gosh, it's almost like you played something.
I guess I'm a little partial. I don't know why.
Goodness gracious. How do you feel about Rick Green bringing up his defenseman agenda? Let us know in the comments section, and visit hockeyinsideout.com to check out our full episode.